Montreal Canadiens will enter a new season hoping to return to the Stanley Cup final as they did last season. But are they good enough to make the playoffs? Remember, no more Canadian division. They're going right back to the Atlantic with Boston and Toronto and Tampa Bay and Florida. And that's 4 teams who could easily get out of that division and make the playoffs. Are the Canadiens going to have to fight for a wild card spot? Where do you all think the Canadiens will rank in the standings? Do you see them as a playoff team?
I think it's going to be really tough. And, expectations are Canadiens, you got to get to the Stanley Cup finals and win next year, nothing less. And it's going to be a real tough grind looking at all those talented teams that they're going to be matched up against that they didn't, the Florida, even, as much as, they beat Toronto up in the playoffs, they're a skilled team. Boston, the list goes on. So they have to be really, really good, each and every night, obviously. And it's going to be a tough grind for them. But I'm not sure whether or not they're going to get in there with all of those powerhouses in front of them.
Yeah, they're going to be a bubble team again. It's been a long time. The Canadiens have been a bubble team, including last season, even in the Canadian division. They didn't clinch the playoff until late. As in previous seasons also, it's all going to depend on Carey Price. If Carey Price can be the goalie he was in the playoffs last season, then I think they get in the playoffs. If he's not, then I don't think they do. And, Carey Price's inconsistency in the regular seasons goes back about 3 years now. So to think that he's going to play like he did in the playoffs through an 82-game season, I don't see that happening. Thankfully, they have Jake Allen as the backup. But they're going to have offense with the new wingers that they brought in. I think defense is going to be a question mark. I think if Price is healthy and plays well, I think they can squeak in as maybe the last wild card. But Price coming off the knee surgery, that's a really big if. So we're going to find out as the season goes along. But if Price stays healthy, I think they squeak in, and if he doesn't, then they don't.
I'm a proud Canadian, but I have to say I can't wait for them to start playing some of these American teams again this year.
Thank God.
Like, bring on the Boston Bruins. I miss that rivalry. I'm missing, not playing the Calgary Flames 150 times. That's what I'm really excited to see. But that being said, I think the Canadiens are going to be a wild card team this year. Their division is strong. There's some strong teams that I think will finish ahead of them. I think it's going to be, like Stu said, another bubble team to see when they get into the playoffs. But that being said, we didn't think that they were going to go all the way to the Stanley Cup finals this year. So there is a possibility that the Montreal Canadiens still have some shock value to give to their fan base. So, I think wildcard team, but, anything can happen. The best thing about before the season starts is we're not wrong at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're all unanimous in thinking that their ceiling is a wildcard team, but I think if the Canadiens really want to make sure they make the playoffs, I think they're going to have to hope that one of those good teams in the Atlantic Division just sucks this year. They have to hope that maybe the Boston Bruins take that step back. That's a team that's going to have to rely on Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman in net, because it doesn't look as if they're going to have Tuukka Rask back. Tampa Bay, they had to, move around some salary to stay under the cap. They pretty much just lost their third line, so everyone's expecting them to still be good. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are they're the Leafs at this point. I think they're going to be good, but we all know the regular season doesn't matter for them. They have to go through the playoffs, and if they suck in the regular season, that's going to be very interesting. The Florida Panthers, a lot of people are high on the Florida Panthers. I am one of them. They could also suck. They could also underwhelm. I think the Canadiens are going to have to hope one of those teams just sucks and falls out of it. And they have to hope, like, the Senators, for some reason, don't end up going on this amazing start, and they end up muddying the waters of the Atlantic Division. The Canadiens just need to be solid, maybe hope a team in front of them kind of falls back a little bit, and I think they could make the playoffs. To everyone watching at home, let us know in the comment section if you think the Montreal Canadiens are a playoff team. And after you do that, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Visit hockeyinsideout.com for more episodes, and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter at montrealgazette.com/newsletter.